Ooh, look at this, Andrew's Corner. I should have a gift shop. If anybody's looking to buy keys, a knife, just see me afterwards. Everything's for sale, except my soul. So, share a little word this morning, and I was kind of thinking back over the humiliating moments of my existence. It's always good fodder for an encouraging story. We grew up in the suburbs of Boston, and we had a neighborhood with a lot of kids that were our age. We would pal around in a bit of a gang together. And on one particular day, I remember we were in our yard, because our yard was the hangout spot, and they were all getting on me. Of course, in my mind, I was always an innocent victim. I had done nothing wrong. I was perfection. But on this particular day, they were all getting on me and harassing me and haranguing me, and my pride was tweaked. I was full of desires for revenge, the imagination of seeing them cowering before me, confessing their guilt in ever having thought anything negative about me ever. I picked up this big fat stick, and there was a basketball on the ground. I don't remember how old I was, but I was young enough to think that this was a good idea. And I look at him, I'm so full of rage, I'm like tearing out of my skin with a desire to pay them back for their abuse. And I point at the basketball, and I go, "That basketball is you guys' head." I was in full Boston mode at the time. And I took the stick, and I threw it at the basketball. It ricocheted off that basketball so fast, it hit me square in the face and knocked me. I am not kidding. It didn't just make me step backwards. It hit me, and I went off my feet, flailing, feet in the air, landed in the bushes with my feet sticking out, unable to get myself out of the bushes. And all the people that had been mocking me and ridiculing me had a lot more fodder for their humiliation. So I think about this moment, and I always think it's you ever heard the saying, don't be a basket case? Don't be a basketball case. So I started thinking about this idea of revenge, resentment, and unforgiveness, and how easy it is for us in our pride and in our anger to cultivate offenses and to desire to pay people back for crossing us, for hurting us, for offending us. My father-in-law used to talk about it as cultivating a secret garden of resentment, and you tended it, and you meditate upon it, and you let it rule your life. We are convinced that if we don't nurture it and hang on to it, that justice will not be done. As if somehow us cultivating this resentment and revenge and unforgiveness in our own hearts keeps the cry for justice alive. It doesn't. One person said that to cultivate unforgiveness is like drinking poison and hoping that the other person dies. But we're often convinced that if we forgive, that we have to give up on justice. Now, I don't believe that. If I ever get a chance to do 2 hours on this, we'll just talk about all the different aspects of it. But forgiveness is not about the other person. Forgiveness is about your heart. Forgiveness is about letting go here. It's about letting go of pride. It's about humility before the Lord, to lay things into the hands of the Lord. Now, I believe in justice. And, I believe that certain people who are on a path of destruction need to be stopped. Not simply for the sake of past wrongs or making past wrongs right, but to cut off future wrongs. But that's a whole different issue. Forgiveness, resentment, craving of revenge is something that takes place in our own proud hearts, poisons our soul, ruins our future, and makes us a basketball case. If you like what you're hearing today, please subscribe below, and don't forget to share it on as many platforms as you can, and tell your friends to watch. Thank you.